Now, women in Tandobori say they spend the best time of their day looking for water for the family when they are supposed to be engaged in other activities due to the non-availability of water in the area. The community has one borehole for the over 2,500 residents, which sometimes push them to an abandoned salted pond to compete with their animals for water. Here's our Upper West correspondent, Rafik Salam. He traveled to the community and came through with his report.
Tandobori is predominantly a farming community situated about 50 kilometers from the district's capital, Wichao. It has a population of a little over 2,500 people. Residents lack potable water. Residents queue long hours only to get a basin of water. Anita Vitalis is a mother of 4 and has lived in this community all her life. She spoke about the difficulties involved in getting water manually from the borehole.
When we pump the water, we become tired and have chest pains. We have been fighting each other here because of this unyielding borehole, yet we won't get water to drink, likewise the animals.
The situation with manual pumping of water forced residents to resort to the old silted pond to compete with their animals. The water here is very dirty and brownish. The only antidote is for residents to use alum. 20-year-old Ampina Felicia said although they know the dangers involved in drinking from the silted pond, they have no option.
We know that the water is dirty. Animals drink from it and at worst defecate and urinate in the water. We have fears that there could be an epidemic. We are therefore pleading for help.
Some residents complain the water situation has affected their relationships with their husbands. Mensiela Pinyena has been married for the past 10 years and has a daughter, but believes if the water situation changes, she will be able to deliver more babies.
The best time to be with your husband is during the early hours of the morning, and that is the time we go looking for water at the borehole. After wasting time there and unable to get water, you then proceed to the pond to compete with animals for water. You get back to the house very tired, and yet your husband wants to make love to you. Failure to accept his proposal usually ends in a fight between couples.
Having a basin of water in this community is very precious, as 22-year-old unemployed SHS graduate Bernard Doma expresses his frustration about the situation.
Getting water to drink is a problem, not to talk of using water for our home chores. Water, if you don't get water for the whole day, I don't think you can survive. But that's what we are now suffering from. Now the weather is very warm and very hot, and they understand that if you don't get a cup of water for a day, you can't survive. But the borehole we are relying on, if you get a basin of water, it is very precious for you and your family that you manage in a special way that you don't want the water to finish. But if you finish, that's all for you. Maybe if your mother is not strong enough or your wife is not strong enough to go for the bowl and fight for water, it will be very difficult for you to get water.
Upper West Regional Director of the Community Water and Sanitation Agency, Walanyo Kojo Siabi, whose outfit drilled the only borehole in the community, spoke about plans they have for such communities.
What we are trying to do for all the projects that we have is to make sure we mobile, even small, very tiny communities that do not have water supply, we are able to cover them to make sure that they don't fall, because they are the most deprived.
Meanwhile, the silted pond has now been awarded to contractors to be desalted and turned into a dam under the Ghana Social Opportunities Project. While they wait for the dam to be desalted, they have resolved not to take part in future elections in the country, as they say it's a waste of time, as re-echoed in the song they composed. Rafik Salam's report from Tandobori in the Wild West District.